I think that China has opened up, the world has benefited from China's opening up, and China has benefited from its opening up. That process, I think, will continue. We'll have to see exactly, how it goes, and there may be some areas where there are tensions, and it will be more difficult to keep an open approach. But in general, I think that this, and your president said so in a speech today, that globalization is irreversible, and China has to be part of that. The fact that it develops its own domestic market is just very natural. I think it's not so strange when you have a very large economy like the Chinese one to develop your own domestic market. This is very natural. And what I think one should be really very careful about is to try to build borders to other countries and limit the exchange with other companies, with other markets. So yes, China should develop its own market. It has enough resources and enough human capital, enough financial resources to develop its own economy, and it should continue to do so. But it should be very careful not to isolate itself, because that will only slow down growth. It's quite simple that countries that isolate themselves will have lower growth. I think the advantage with China is that it is a much larger market. Again, if you look at the United States, it's also not so dependent on foreign trade as maybe a small open economy like my own, Sweden. So you have to look at the specific conditions that China is facing. So again, China can rely on its domestic market, but it should still stay in close contact and work. So much of the global value chains now in the world are in China. And China has, over the last 10, 15 years, taken more and more of these value chains, particularly intermediate goods. And it will continue that process.